then understand your own heart a little better.
I'm Mandy Gaither.
Thanks for watching CBS LA at 4.
CBS LA at 5 starts right now.
Right now at 5, a possible police pursuit ends in a crash. The suspects smashing into a bus.
Plus 13 days, thousands of tips, but no sign of Nancy Guthrie. Investigators are now chasing down potential new leads as the Pima County Sheriff answers questions about the investigation.
This is CBS LA at 5.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Pat Harvey.
And I'm Rudabeh Shabazi. We are following several developing stories tonight. In the Westlake District, several people were hurt after a car crashed into a Metro bus. Metro says the car was involved in a possible police pursuit involving burglary suspects. But LAPD is telling us it was not a pursuit, but a crash during what they call a surveillance operation. We'll try to get you more clarity on what happened. But right now, the LA Fire Department is reporting 4 people were taken to the hospital, including an LAPD officer. LAPD arrested 3 people who were in the suspect's car.
Well, in downtown LA, there was an anti-ICE protest outside City Hall and SkyCal over the area around 2 o'clock this afternoon. It appears that most of the demonstrators are young people. Police say a federal agent was injured during a clash with the protesters, but no word yet on their condition.
And in the search for Nancy Guthrie, the FBI released a new missing person poster in the case today as people in Tucson, Arizona write messages of hope nearly 2 weeks after she disappeared.
And CBS LA's Jasmine Veal joins us now from the newsroom with what the sheriff had to say today about this investigation. Jazz?
Well, Pat, the sheriff says there is no proof of life or death, and they will find the perpetrator. This is we are getting those new details about the suspect's description and what he was wearing.
A renewed plea from Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos Friday asking people who live within 2 miles of Nancy Guthrie's Tucson home to share any unusual video footage from January 31st to February 2nd.
You see anything, a person's walking by, maybe just a shoe is all you're capturing. Maybe it is a color of hair. Maybe it's a car. Maybe it's a part of a car. Don't dismiss it. Send it to us.
The sheriff also answering questions about the timing of the release of this security camera video from Guthrie's home.
We had the video for probably about 2 hours. The FBI brought it to us and said, what do you guys think? We had to get that out. And we needed that out right away. We recognized its significance.
On Thursday, authorities called the man seen on Guthrie's doorbell camera a suspect in the case. The FBI described him as 5 feet 9 to 10 inches tall with an average build. They say he was wearing a black Ozark Trail hiker backpack, similar to one in these photos sold only at Walmart. Former FBI agent David Gomez, who specialized in kidnapping, says this could be what they call a shotgun lead for the FBI.
So if you can identify how many backpacks have been sold at Walmarts close to the area in the last, let's say, 30 days, 60 days, then that's a positive lead that you can follow up on. You hope that maybe the offender used a credit card that would identify him.
Also at the center of the investigation, a pair of gloves found about a mile from Guthrie's home. They appear to be similar to the ones seen in the doorbell video. Investigators are testing them for DNA.
You put your hands in a glove, you're going to shed skin cells. The FBI laboratory or any good forensics laboratory has the ability to recover those cells and determine DNA from them. But the DNA, like a fingerprint, is only good if you have someone to compare it to.
As for reports that the sheriff's department was refusing to hand over some evidence to the FBI, the sheriff says that is absolutely not true and that the 2 agencies are working well together. Pat?
All right, and we certainly hope that more progress is being made. Thank you so much, Jasmine. And we will have continuing coverage on the search for Nancy Guthrie, so stay with CBS LA and CBSLA.com to stay up to date as we learn more.
Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and flower shops are packed with last-minute shoppers. While vendors at the original Flower Mart say today is no exception, they admit there are fewer shoppers than usual. CBS LA's Lucelia Caballero shows us how immigration enforcement has played a role.
Red roses, pink carnations, and peonies, only some of the flowers that line the stalls at the original Los Angeles flower market.
It's always bustling, but they get you in and out as fast as possible.
Among the regular shoppers is Andrea Morris.
It's amazing. All the vendors are so kind and patient.
Oh, that smile. And vendors like Kiana Rivera with Wall Street Florals says business is certainly blooming.
My goal was to be sold out, and I am practically sold out. Right now we are over 12 hours working, and we are just all gas, no breaks right now.
Though she says the crowds they usually count on ahead of Valentine's Day just aren't here.
With the immigration raids and everything that's going on, I have lost a lot of my older generation, people that sell in the corner, people that decorate the churches, and that's what they do. But I've got a younger generation of Latinos and Latinas, and they're coming in and they're eager to sell.
Adding in the days leading up to Valentine's Day, you can usually barely squeeze through the aisles. But this week,
it is a different little bit of a traffic flow, but we're making it work. We are making it work no matter what.
Good. And across the way, you'll find Evelyn Valencia at the Hydrangea and More, a family-owned, family-run business.
We have so many options. We have bouquets starting at $40.
Valencia says she's also seen a shift.
I know definitely there has been a decrease in sales this year, but nothing too crazy.
Adding many of the vendors and customers here are part of immigrant communities, which is why those we spoke with say even rumors of enforcement activity can quickly impact foot traffic.
I think people are a little bit hesitant, a little bit intimidated by, what could happen when you're shopping around in, a public space.
But vendors and shoppers alike tell us it's nothing but love here.
You're safe in here. We're all Latinos in here. We got your back.
For now, vendors continue trimming stems, arranging beautiful bouquets, hoping that customers continue supporting them coming through these doors ahead of Valentine's Day. Reporting in downtown Los Angeles, Lustelia Caballero, CBS LA. At CBS LA, we have a team of journalists on the air and behind the scenes focused on immigration issues, and we'll bring you any updates and responses from officials.
West LA residents say they've been left in the dark after widespread streetlight outages. Now, city leaders say they're working on a solution. 2 LA City Council members held a news conference today announcing there will be a repair crew dedicated to the west side. They say the workers will be focused on streetlights that have been damaged by copper wire thieves.
Los Angeles has a streetlight emergency. 1 in 10 lights are out, and my colleagues and I on the City Council are done asking residents to wait on a broken bureaucracy.
So let's be clear, copper theft is not a victimless crime. Dark streets increase the risk of traffic collisions, they create ideal circumstances for crime, and they make it harder for pedestrians, cyclists, and emergency responders to navigate safely.
But fixing the lights is only a temporary solution. Both council members also want to convert the current street lights to solar power, which do not contain copper wire.
A fire in the Sepulveda Basin is still causing damage several weeks later. CBS LA's Joy Benedict spoke with those impacted and how the community is stepping in to help.
It's a fire that left a scar on a neighborhood as flames from a homeless encampment damaged a bridge in the Sepulveda Basin so badly it was condemned.
It's practice for us, Harvard Westlake, and Notre Dame.
And in the process, cut off access to the Field of Dreams for hundreds of girls.
It's really impacted our ability to start the season. We've been having to find random fields to practice on or avoid practice altogether.
Imadita Moore is the assistant softball coach at Louisville High School. They leased one of the 8 softball fields that became inaccessible during the fire.
All of our nets, balls, bases, anything that we need for practice is in there.
Now shut out for 3 weeks. And they aren't alone.
Up until last week, we didn't even know if we'd be able to have a season or be able to play on our fields at all.
Peter DeLay is the president of the Encino Sherman Oaks Girls Softball League, which has 24 teams that play at Encino Franklin Fields. They've been shuffling around more than 300 girls to other fields for practices, and DeLay feels like he's been given the runaround by various agencies to try and get open again.
They came, they condemned the area, and then essentially walked away from what's happened in the parking lot.
The problem is the condemned bridge supports the parking lot on top, meaning cars can't drive over it, and it's not safe for children to walk over either. So the Softball League and Encino Franklin Fields paid $10,000 this week to put up the fencing and build this small walking bridge just so the season can open this weekend.
It's tragic that a nonprofit organization is coming out of pocket to have to pay for this.
Although the land is owned by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, representatives say the city of L.A. has an easement for the storm drain area, which caught fire.
The fire was under the bridge in a culvert that's an easement from the city, so we think it's the city that's responsible.
But either way, those who lease this property want it fixed so their girls can continue to play and access their fields in a safe environment. Joy Benedict, CBS LA.
Up next at 5, the federal agents